Hey everyone, this podcast is part of Story Mode, the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. You can support us and gain access to other great exclusive podcasts like Tom and Jeff Watch Batman by heading over to patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.
Hypecast mit Tom Reimann und David Bell.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to another episode of Hypecast.
Hypecast.
The show where we get hyped about stuff and things. I'm your co-host, Tom Ryman.
I am your other co-host, David Bell. Bell?
Is it? And now you.
Yeah, you go.
Oh man, it's been.
Do it.
There's
no
been a
visual
while.
cues.
No, there's none.
We don't expect you to know to go. It's okay.
Right, and I haven't talked
to
anyone in months, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is I'm Bridgett. I'm Bridgett Greenberg. This is my voice.
Bridgett.
I'm here. I'm guesting.
How's it going?
Oh, it's good. I'm in a cabin in Vermont with my family currently.
Shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Are you
Okay.
on the run?
I'm on the lam. I don't want to talk about it. No,
Did you push a Buick into a swamp before you went to this cabin?
Yes, it was unfortunately full of unmarked bills, but this is as far as I made it.
I was kidnapped and brought to Vermont once. Technically. I was brought out of state without my parents knowing, which I guess is technically kidnapping, right?
Did you
Is
know
that
you were going to
kidnapping?
Vermont?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I was aware. I think I got a grilled cheese, and then I came back.
I mean,
Okay.
that's
Cool story.
worth a trip across state lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cheese
Also,
is
look
good.
out for New Hampshire. They're right there.
They're
And,
right there. They're very close.
Yeah, be aware. So I was going to ask this question to you, Bridgett, but it doesn't apply to you. Was there an earthquake?
There was a massive earthquake this morning. Yeah.
Not in Vermont, but I understand there was
Yeah.
one in California.
Really?
In LA, yeah. Are you also
When?
not in LA?
No, I'm in LA. That's why I'm asking.
You didn't feel
Because
it.
I didn't notice.
You didn't notice.
No, I did wake up a little early, so maybe it was like Will Smith at the beginning of Independence Day,
Well-
and I woke up to the earthquake. But
You're the only
I
one on
didn't
Twitter
notice.
who didn't feel this earthquake.
I
felt
didn't feel a
it.
fucking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we felt it in Vermont.
Yeah. No, well, my phone did. My phone's like, hey, there's an earthquake. Check out Twitter.
You're very... So, Vermont is... sorry, I really just want to talk about Vermont. That was a good choice. There's like... the coronavirus isn't really prevalent there.
No, it's
nice.
the only state, I believe, where it's going down.
Yeah.
So it's pretty chill. You're pretty far from other people, regardless.
Yeah.
I'm in a town. I looked up the population of this town that I'm in, which is a town I've been going to throughout my whole childhood. So I'm aware of it. But it is 586 people.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just stay away from New Hampshire.
Yeah.
That's all.
Seems pretty easy.
That's like a single high school's graduating class.
Yeah.
Like that's the population of this town.
Well,
I mean...
yeah, it is crazy. Like people, you see the New Yorkers coming up here.
Yeah.
You see those people.
Oh,
which
yeah.
I'm not
Wait,
that different.
are you more south? Or are
yeah,
you more
southern
north?
Vermont.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Dangerous, right on the border
you're
of...
you're close to where I grew up.
Yeah.
In the panhandle of Vermont.
Yeah.
As Florida folk, I don't like being called... When someone says I'm in the panhandle, that means I got to leave, but you're not wrong.
You are sort of. I mean, again, New Hampshire is the Texas of New England.
Yeah.
It's not a bad place, but it's like anything goes there.
Yeah.
You know?
You don't know what you're going to get when you run into someone from New Hampshire. They
Vermont
could be any kind of person you can imagine.
Vermont too, though. Vermont allows public nudity.
Vermont's a lot of like hippies that like after Woodstock just kind of ended up somewhere.
Yeah, it's a real Bernie Sanders.
It really has that energy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
I've never been there, but it's like it's always struck me as like that feels like a place where people just sort of wind up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wind up here, you make ice cream.
Yep.
Oh,
That's
hell
all you
yeah.
get.
You keep to yourself.
Yeah.
And then you go to New Hampshire and do some cocaine,
Right.
get some cheap cigarettes, and you know,
Yeah.
die somewhere. you go to
Die somewhere in between.
you go to
Yeah.
you go to maybe Central Mass and you die at a bar in the bathroom.
So
it's
just
good
stay in
times.
Vermont if you can. If it's up to you, just stay here.
It's a good area. It's a good area.
Oh,
And you can go down if things get better, go down and check out Mass Mocha. It's a like an art museum place that's really like
Oh, nice.
do a bunch of edibles with your family and go to Mass Mocha.
All right.
Yeah. Get your parents high as shit and take them to the museum.
Yeah.
They're downstairs. I feel
Tell them we say hi.
I will.
If they want to jump on this. at any
No.
point.
Shout to them right now. Let them know that we say hi.
I've been stuck in this little loft area with a twin bed.
That
where I'm holed
sounds
up.
delightful. I don't know.
No, it is. I chose to come here. I chose to brave a plane to escape.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
what was that like?
The plane was not as bad as I thought it would be. But because I think we were all just like, everyone had their own row. The middle section was blocked off. They boarded back to front. And everyone was wearing masks. Except for this old couple in MAGA hats. But they were
Of
in
course.
front of me.
Oof.
Of
They were
course.
like 5 rows in front of me. So I avoided
That's
them.
fine.
What was scary was, since I didn't want to take an Uber, and I am too chicken shit to ask anybody to drive me to the airport, I just parked my car at the airport. The shuttle from
Ooh.
the car park lot was the worst part.
Oof.
I can see that because
Yeah.
you're crammed full with
That
people.
Yeah,
feels like it would be a real Snowpiercer situation.
Yeah, there was no, like, they were just like, whoever wants to come on the shuttle.
We don't give a fuck.
Yeah. There was no, like, attempt to, like, cap the amount of people on the shuttle.
Right.
We stopped at a hotel
Drivers
and
just-
just like everyone, just a bunch of flight attendants boarded, some old people. I was like, oh God, get me off of this thing.
People
Yeah.
clinging to the outside of the shuttle.
Right. And I was like, please don't make me be the asshole from LA who brings COVID to Vermont.
Oh man.
Oh man, yeah, you don't want to be that asshole
Yeah,
on the news.
no,
You don't want to
I-
be patient zero in a town of 586 people.
Yeah, I know. And
Fucking big city COVID over
right,
there.
I made the mistake
Yeah.
of wearing a Dodgers hat on a hike and everyone's just like looking at me. Was going to fight me.
Oh, that's great.
Did you
Yeah.
leave your car?
Have you found any other?
I'm really this car thing is blowing my mind actually. How long have you been in Vermont? Like what's the situation with that car?
So airport parking is cheaper now because no one's doing it.
Yeah.
So it's just sitting in this garage. I am going to be in Vermont for like 3 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
You're not like moving permanently, and you're like, I just abandoned my car.
yeah,
Right.
just left it.
Yeah, I left it rolling down a hill near the airport.
I just left it in neutral outside my terminal and
yeah.
hope for the
Listen,
best.
It was full of evidence, so
Yeah.
we're not.
I had to ditch it real quick. I wiped it down.
Have you run into any like old men warning you about curses or not to go?
Not to go down
to
that
certain
route.
areas. Yeah.
No one has warned me, but I've seen those people.
Okay. Yeah.
But they haven't bothered to give me a warning. Maybe it's because I'm in a Dodgers hat that they're like, nah,
Yeah,
she
that's
can go.
fair. Man, I'm excited for you. I hope you get to enjoy the majesty of New England.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a very pretty place. It's got fun things to do.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful up here. My mom is from this area, so we spent our summers up here often.
Where
And
nice.
It's great. If you can go to Vermont, everybody go to Vermont. It's lovely up here.
Yeah.
But get
Go to
tested
Vermont,
and be
cough
safe about
on
it.
people.
Yeah, don't
pop up to Canada.
Yeah, don't
Cough on more
don't
people
fuck up
here.
Vermont.
I don't think they're currently letting us into Canada.
Yeah,
That's true. That's
Like
a good point.
most
I'm
countries in the world right now are not allowing Americans.
yeah.
I want to visit my family, and that's also plane trip plus. I think you have to get tested. You might have to. I don't know if you have to quarantine or something.
Yeah.
Sounds like a real pain in the ass.
It was I got tested before I left and got on the plane. Then got
Did you
tested
get it?
again,
Did you
which
have
was
it?
also asking to get tested here. Since they're not doing it as often in LA, no one just pops in to get a test here. When I
Right.
asked for one, they were like, "Oh, you have it?" And I was like, "No, I just want to make sure I don't." And they're like, "Were you exposed?" And I was like, "Kind of. I saw people," which is a novelty
just-
here.
Right. It's like, were you exposed? I literally don't know. That's why I'm asking
Yeah.
for the
That's why I'm
test.
Can you
asking
just
for a
stick
test.
that swab in me, for
they
the love
were
of God?
just shocked that someone just wanted a test just to make sure. And I was like, "Is this a problem?" Everyone's
But you
very
don't have
afraid
it?
of me here.
Oh, yeah. A lot of history
You
down
don't have
that
it?
road,
You're
Los
good?
Angeles.
Yeah.
Are you clear?
Yeah. No, everything is
You clear?
fine.
You're good? You're good. You don't have it.
I'm good.
You don't have the COVID.
I'm
All right.
good. I'm not here in isolation. I'm here
Okay.
walking around.
Cool.
Yeah.
Should we
I guess.
Should we do the podcast?
I guess we should start the show. Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
I mean, I don't care,
Who
man.
gives a shit? There's no
It
rules
sounds-
anymore.
It's nice catching up. It's nice catching up. I haven't talked to you in a little bit.
I know, yeah. So,
Um,
but you
well,
know, pop
let's-
culture
let's-
stuff is cool. That's mostly what we talk about. So,
yeah.
I literally have no idea who you are outside of the
yeah, that's what most of this group of people talk about. So,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
None of us actually knows each other.
Let's do producers. Let's do some producers.
Yeah, let's do it.
Starting with a congrats. A congrats. People are now sending messages, and I hope they're not coded messages. What if we end up,
oh yeah, what if we're spreading
Right.
a sleeper cell or something?
Exactly.
that'd be pretty cool.
We're activating the Manchurian Candidate with this
You
shit.
can make a movie about that. This will be your Argo.
Congrats to Josh, Jenna, and baby Grayson, who I assume is new here.
Must be a new baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, they wanted to say Chowder, midnight, red, green, go tomorrow.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, happy birthday, Stefan. We wished happy birthday to Stefan last week, but Christy says thanks for being her soupmate. Is Soupmate a brand? Is Christy plugging Soupmate?
Is
that
Soupmate the code?
I don't know.
There's got to be a code. Someone's assassinating
Yeah.
someone
Right. Yeah.
because of this. As we established last week, Stefan is 6, is what we guessed,
Oh,
and is now canon.
Yep.
forever.
We
is
have
a child
decided.
listening to this.
Well, if it was his birthday last week, then isn't he 7 now?
Right, he's a big boy now.
Yeah.
You're right.
That's true.
Sorry.
We got to give Stefan his due.
Yeah.
Also, thank you to Cody Johnston's time machine noise. They spelled Cody's last name wrong. They spelled it
John T. Son.
Yeah.
Johnson. Johnson. Thank you for your contribution. Also, thank you to Peter Vorpagel. Thank you very much. Always a pleasure. Glitterous. Thank you. Thank you to Thanks for having Jason Pargett on. Here's $25.
Whoa.
Thank you. Thank you to Thanks.
Thank you,
Mr.
to
and Mrs.
that
Thanks.
person.
Yeah. Tom, why
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
you do
Thanks
some
to
of
the
these?
Midnight Patron with Pagers at Midnight. Thank you to Exploding Runes. Thank you to
Thank you,
Andrew.
thank
Andrew How.
Thank you.
Thanks to Asking Seven.
Thank you, Asking.
Thanks to Vincent with a Y.
Vampire Vincent. Thank you.
Thanks to Rev MD.
Thank you, Reverend.
Bridgett, why don't you grab the last 3?
Oh, I would love to. Dracula driving the bus. Thank you.
Yeah.
John Muniz. Thank you. And
you, John.
of course, Captain Toenail.
Obviously.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
All right.
Man.
we're warmed up.
Yep.
We got to know each other. We know where
Finally.
everybody's location is.
Yeah. We talked a
let's
lot
talk
about
some-
that.
Yeah, let's talk about some trailers, and starting with Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous. Netflix
Why?
series?
This is a Netflix animated series that takes place at the same time as the events of Jurassic World.
Which
That-
isn't a bad idea. Is it a limited series?
It looks like a Sims universe.
It looks
Yeah.
It
My-
looks like a Sims game.
Yeah, it looks like Jimmy Neutron. Like, my first impression
Yes.
when I saw this is it's like, oh, so it's the exact same story as Jurassic World, only the dinosaurs look worse.
I thought
Yeah,
I
and it's like a
genuinely was
cartoony-
trying to figure out the first couple seconds of the trailer if it was a video game trailer.
Yeah, it looks weird. Like,
Right.
the animation looks weirdly dated.
Yeah,
But
it looks like
didn't
they
the
rushed
events didn't the events of Jurassic World happen in like a day?
Like a few hours, yeah.
Yeah, so like why is this a series? Do they get left on the island after? Does it take place? It must take place like after. I don't know.
No. It's at the same time, but it's a bunch of plucky teens.
Right, but is it
a
like
camp.
24 where it's in like real time?
I don't
How
know.
is this going to last a series is my question.
I don't know.
I mean, it's got to be like 8
Yeah.
episodes.
Yeah, it is 8 episodes.
Yeah.
And in like 24 style, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be 24 style.
It's gonna.
Stop.
Yeah.
Just stop making these. We don't need them. We don't want them.
Yeah.
You know, ever since the first Jurassic World, and the trailer didn't look good, and I remember going to the theater and thinking, like, you know what, maybe it will be good, and then it wasn't good, and I'm not against getting a Jurassic Park film that's good, like a new one,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But we
or a
can't seem to
series.
do it.
No, we can't crack that nut.
Yeah, and a Jurassic, and like the problem is this is built on the foundation of that film that was bad.
Right. Shitty foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. Somebody make a mini series just based off the original Michael Crichton book.
Oh, yeah.
Just
I'd be into
adapt
that,
the
yeah.
book. Yeah, faithfully adapt the book because it's different than the original movie.
Mm-hmm.
Do it like Westworld, but like not dumb.
Right.
And
But, like, makes sense.
Just,
Yeah.
yeah, do it. Completely redo the look. Change the theme. Make it take all the like. I know it's bold, but take like all the iconic Spielberg stuff away because that's done. We're done with that.
We did it, yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. Like, the Jurassic Park and, like, whatever, the universe, all the movies, they're already, kid content. I'm not saying
Yeah.
that in a like, pejorative way, but they're already, like, children's content. Why do we need a kids show of Jurassic
babies.
World?
So
What?
babies can watch it.
Right.
Yeah, I
They're
don't-
all. Every single one of them has is centered around the point of view of a child, except maybe the most recent one. There is still a kid in it. But every single one of these movies approaches the dinosaurs from the viewpoint of a child. So yeah, you're exactly right. We already have seen this. So why did
Yeah.
we need another one about kids being in Jurassic Park when that's
Right.
been every other movie?
Yeah.
There's nothing about this that is new except for it being poorly animated.
It looks like shit. Like it really
It
does.
doesn't look great.
Like, why did we rush to make this thing? I don't.
Right? Like take
No
your
one
time.
wanted it. Take
Why
your
the
time. No one asked for it.
why
You
the
have a
hell
million
does this look
Jurassic
like-
Worlds coming
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Why don't
Also, Tom, I take
Why-
offense to you calling that character a kid. By the way, that is an abomination.
Oh, it's an unholy demon spawn. Yeah,
yeah,
it's a
sorry.
it's a construct.
Um,
It's an affront to God.
Honestly, the animated Jurassic World I want is from the point of view of the dinosaurs.
Honestly,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah. Like, give
Like-
them
Also-
little voices and have them talk about wanting to break out.
I would argue that Jurassic World is already a fucking cartoon anyway.
It is. Yes.
Like it's the stakes are treated. There's no stakes. Characters don't care about death. They're very like joyous. They don't like the part where they're playing soccer with that fucking ball, that glass ball. There's shots in that's like this is a cartoon. This is just this is a joke.
I mean,
It's
yeah.
silly and dumb looking.
I mean, any blockbuster made in the past, let's say, 10 years is already, like, 70% cartoon.
Right. It's all they're
Yeah,
all
anyway.
animated. Yeah.
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 It's like
So why did you just do this but bad?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, there's watching this trailer, I was just like, yeah, I hate this. It's a worse looking Jurassic World, which is a bad movie.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, why would you take away the only reason to watch Jurassic World, which is to see cool looking dinosaurs, and they just look like dumbasses in this?
Right. It looks like Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Right.
Yeah.
They look like fucking jerks. I don't want to watch this.
We're really Jurassic Park is such a powerful film
Such a great movie.
Yeah.
And we
that
fucked it
we're
up.
really
Yep.
we're seeing how far the studio can coast on that first film. Because that's it, right? It's just been that one film was like a rocket blast, and the rest of these films are like, okay, we've run out of gas. We're just rolling, but boy, are we still going pretty fast.
Look,
because everybody loves Jurassic Park.
At the risk of being too meta, someone needs to stop the studio Universal from continuing to make Jurassic World / parks. I say we
Yes.
send a dinosaur on them. I say we take
Sure.
the dinosaur from Universal, the T-Rex one, go after the execs.
The real T-Rex that's paid to be in the
Yes.
The actor.
The actor. Yes, the very real.
paid to be in that the Jurassic Park ride.
Yeah. That's the new Jurassic Park I want is the T-Rex terrorizing Universal executives.
Yeah. Anybody go on the new version?
No, I
I have
haven't.
Jurassic
never set
World ride?
foot in an amusement park.
Are you kidding me?
Ever again? Yeah, no.
No, yeah.
Oh,
that's-
I thought you said you never have. been
Oh,
at a
no,
amusement
Dave, I grew
park.
up in Florida.
Okay, yeah. No, we burn them down after this. But like you've been on the Jurassic World, the new ride happened before,
Right, yes.
the Judgment Day happened. And it was they like said they redid it. They added like a couple of screens. It's a real shoddy remake.
Yeah.
Is my point. I'm very disappointed in Universal Studios.
Right. And if they
And I
just
hope they hear this.
right, they didn't even need to like announce that they remade it. If they just added a few new screens, just be like, yeah, they updated. Like you don't announce
Yeah.
it. It was already good.
I think they added the Indominus, I think, is stuck in there somewhere, shoehorned.
okay.
It's I don't know, man.
Yeah. You could have just
They
said
need to get their
nothing and
shit
we all would have
together.
accepted it and it'd still be a good
Yeah.
ride.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
That's my key to Universal. Do nothing more.
Yeah.
Except for
Do
keep
nothing.
making fast movies.
Stop it. Yeah, just lean on the
Bring-
Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all you got.
Did you go on the Fast and the Furious ride at Universal?
No.
It's a real shame.
That's too bad.
Really?
Yeah. It's if you went on the new King Kong ride, which is just a tube
Right.
that you wear 3D glass, it's that, but
Oh.
instead of King Kong, it's Vin Diesel.
Which okay,
And-
I'm here for.
I'm here for
Yeah,
this.
it's not. Look, it's
Make
not the worst
make it
thing in the
exactly
world.
like the old King Kong ride, except it's Vin
Yeah.
Diesel smacking
Giant
a
you
tramp.
don't have
Diesel.
to change anything.
Yeah. Fucking combine Jurassic Park with Fast and Furious, you assholes.
Oh my god.
You're
Yeah.
holding the keys.
That is all
Vin
yeah.
Diesel punching a dinosaur, 100%.
Are they driving away from the dinosaurs or the dinosaurs the cars?
The dinosaurs, he's putting a saddle on those dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vin
Yeah.
Diesel's going to
Putting-
flip the NOS switch on a fucking
Like a
Brachiosaurus.
dinosaur just
Yeah.
shove a nos
They're gonna be
canister
dinosaur
up.
drifting.
That's for the water
Drifting on a
dinosaurs.
Stegosaurus.
I just want like a water dino and like them jet skiing it.
Yeah,
See,
obviously.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah, this is what needs to happen, and they're
Oh
they're
my
They,
God.
they need to
cowards.
go
They're
one way or the other.
cowards.
Go back to the roots or stick Vin Diesel in there.
I mean,
You have your choices, Universal. Now get to it.
it's an ultimatum.
Yeah. Let's talk about this next trailer.
Sure.
The Walking Dead: World Beyond.
Why are we still
This
getting
is-
these too? Another thing. Why are we still getting
Yeah,
them?
why are we still getting Walking Dead? This is an Amazon series, an Amazon spinoff.
Yeah. The Walking Dead, they're like the Disney of zombie films, right? Or zombie shows.
Yeah.
Like they're as mainstream as you get.
They're the Big Bang Theory of zombie movies.
Yeah, and you clearly someone saw that The Last of Us means something to people, and they were like, "Let's do that this time." And then someone else was like, "Hey, Stranger Things is real hot. Let's do that too." And they're like, "Okay, let's do like Last of Us with danger kids. Like that's what it is, right? Like
Yeah.
just a bunch of.
Yeah.
It feels.
Yeah, I just there was. So I was watching it, and I saw this was on the dock, and I rolled my eyes that we're doing another one of these Walking Dead things.
Yeah.
And then there was a moment where they said in the trailer that, like, we just got to learn to live through it now. Like, they still take over. And I was like, oh, maybe that's cool, just like what, society has rebuilt. I don't know where that goes, but, like, yeah, what society is like in this catastrophe that we live in now. It's like, all right, I like this idea. And then they started fighting zombies again, and I was like, all right.
Yeah, I do. I get the idea of it because it's like boomers versus like millennials and whatever's before or after us. I don't pay attention if they're younger than us, but like they're like resigned to like, well, this is the world now, and then they're like, fuck that. We're gonna go out there and I don't know. Go across country, like The Last of Us, and I don't know what they're gonna do, and attack a bee zombie or whatever,
the hornet zombie.
Right, I don't understand. Like, why are they going across country? Is it another like, well, it's safe out there, and then they find out it's not?
I guess they're looking for another
of the
cure.
Last of Us.
Yeah.
So there's one
Last
zombie
of Us.
story, and we're telling it over and over and over again.
Yep. I mean, The Walking
It's,
Dead is an apt title because it's literally a show about people walking.
Right. It's also like a show that just keeps going despite being dead.
Right. It's just a shambling corpse that's been rolling along for several years now.
Yeah, they really. I mean, it's just so.
I don't care. Like I'm so beyond. Like we've talked about it on a previous podcast before, but like I still haven't seen Train to Busan, even though that's supposed to be excellent, because I cannot care about zombies anymore.
No,
Train
I'm
to
done.
Busan.
Yeah.
Train to Busan revitalizes zombies a bit. It's just, zombies are so tired. It takes something very special for them to matter. Like The Last of Us, where like The Last of Us, they aren't even really like traditional zombies most of the time.
No, they made them that creepy ass fungus. That's a real fungus.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just doesn't. It just doesn't affect humans.
And like, Train to Busan was really fun because it did something that was really fun, which is just zombies on a train, and then the action and stuff was really creative. Like they do creative shit with zombies. I think Romero films, like even Diary of the Dead, those always felt fresh to me. But generally speaking, the Walking Dead stuff is like, it's just, who gives a shit? It's the same story every time.
I also, like, again, with the Jurassic World thing, like, who is this for? I don't understand who they think their audience is at this point, because the Walking Dead audience has fallen off. So who are you getting with this?
I think it's for people who just started existing, who are just learning about zombies. Like, this is for people, like, young adults, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Ugh. I'm exhausted by them. Stop making content for them.
Right, and like if I had a child, which never gonna have, but like if I did, I would show him like fucking Romero stuff, and
right.
And it's just like I don't know, like who is not looking after these kids that they turn to this,
right?
They turn to fucking World Beyond. That's irresponsible.
Yeah, exactly. If you're seeking out zombie content, it's been done a million times.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're just doing it the same but worse and tired.
Yeah. The best zombie stuff has already been made.
Right.
That said, every time I think the genre still can surprise people. So this trailer doesn't look like it does that. It looks like it's a lot of other things. But who the fuck knows? That's the most optimistic I can be about this, is that Train to Busan was one where I was like, okay, another zombie thing. And then you watch it and you're like, well, shit, that was a lot of fun.
The most optimistic anyone can be anymore is who the fuck knows.
Who the fuck knows?
The target audience of this series were toddlers when The Walking Dead premiered.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is the world we live in.
That show is 10 fucking years old.
That's my God.
Yep.
They never left the goddamn woods.
Nope.
Never let more than one thing happen.
exhausting. One of the last episodes I ever watched of The Walking Dead always stuck with me because it kind of summed up like how boring the show got. Is someone like confronts, what's his name? Daryl?
Sure. Yeah.
That's one of them, right?
That's Norman Reedus, yeah.
Norman Reedus, who I'm sure isn't on the show anymore.
No, he's actually the lead now because the original lead left.
Okay, you know what The Walking Dead is, by the way? It's a soap opera.
It is, yeah.
It will last 50 years and have a cast that shifts through it. It's just a zombie
It'll have
soap
18
opera.
different leads by the time it goes off.
But soap operas last so long because they're cheap and easy to make.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
These are the new... Well, I'd say The Walking Dead now, they just stick some rubber on some extras and stand in the woods and talk to each other for the most of the episode. But I don't know. I think this is new soap opera. But the episode I watched, someone confronts him in the woods, shoots him with a shotgun. It cuts to black as the cliffhanger, and then you hear one of the other guys go, he's fine. And then it went to credits, and I was like, wait, why did they do that? And it was because they were so against having any challenges to their audience that they had to have a character just announce that he's fine at the cliffhanger where he's shot.
That's interesting because the show is famous.
What is happening?
The show's famously not shy about killing its characters off.
No, it's not. But it also, I don't know. It was a really weird. It's a really weird moment.
Yeah, that sounds weird.
But I feel like they also don't. I don't know. They don't. It does have some bold moments in the early seasons, I guess. I watched it up until Negan, and the last season was not knowing why I was doing it anymore. Mm-hmm. I think we were at Cracked, and they needed people to watch The Walking Dead for a video. I think that was it, and it was just so boring and it got very predictable.
I watched a lot of things because we needed someone to watch something.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Because someone had to.
Somebody's got to watch this fucking piece of shit. Oh, man.
This is... All right. It's not going to get any better with the next trailer.
No.
In terms of hype.
No.
The next trailer is the Comey rule. It is Brendan Gleeson as Donald Trump and Jeff Daniels as Comey, I assume?
Can Jeff Daniels stay away from these things?
No.
I don't know.
He cannot stay away from political dramas.
Okay. It looks like Brendan Gleeson's doing a good Trump.
He is.
Which is,
but also, who cares?
Who gives a shit? Yeah, exactly.
Why did
so
we
many
make
people do
this?
a good Trump.
Yeah.
He should have done Saturday Night Live. They should have just had him.
This is
Alec Baldwin.
why the...
Why?
I hate that this movie exists.
It's too soon. I think Showtime's looking for another game plan, the Sarah Palin thing, but it's no one wants this. No one wants to relive this.
No, because we're currently still living through it, and it's
I was about to say, for people wondering, this is about James Comey and Trump, which happened, I don't know, a year ago, 10 years ago.
2 years
Time
ago.
doesn't matter.
And James Comey was a shady as fuck dude. I don't understand the need to try to make a hero out of the guy while we're still in the middle of the bullshit he helped cause.
Well, this is the thing, is the trailer does this thing where they're like, no matter what side you're on, here's the story they didn't tell you. And it's like, so you're going to both sides us. It's very clear they don't want to offend anybody.
Then why make this movie?
Exactly.
Right.
Why make the movie?
It doesn't seem like from the trailer we're going to learn anything new.
No.
There's also...
This was one of the most scrutinized stories of the past few years. How could this possibly be the story we don't know?
We don't have new information. There's no deep dive, so it can't be something like the report that Prime did. That was pretty good about the Pentagon Papers, and it game change with the Palin thing that Showtime also did. At least had, I guess you can call it a happy ending where she didn't get to be vice president. The ending of this is nothing fucking happened. And
I would super appreciate. I would take back everything if they veer dramatically off the true story and it goes get Vin Diesel in there suddenly.
Space, yeah.
And it just becomes a fucking night, a fever dream.
Look,
what's with the hot blonde giving the fucking fuck eyes at Trump in the trailer? Did you notice that?
Probably Ivanka.
Oh no.
No, I don't. Maybe. No, there's a shot after this whatever both sides is Trump approaching this blonde lady and she's eye fucking him, and then it cuts away, and it was like, what was that all about?
I do know what you're talking about. I picked it up as like a scrutinizing look, but
so this says more about me than the trailer,
yes.
is what you're telling me.
I also really hate the shot that I believe the trailer. Yeah, it ends with just Trump's mouth and Comey's ear.
Yeah.
No one wants to see that. No one wants to see that.
Yeah,
like I don't want to. Like I can't even listen to people do Trump impressions right now.
Yeah,
like the sound of his voice makes me physically sick.
Right.
That's the thing. Are people? Is it just because of what we do? Like
it's possible.
I can't imagine.
It's possible.
I can't imagine the general public wanting to watch this.
Well, Showtime
to sit down, relax, and watch the Comey Rule.
Well, Showtime
what a
gets
nightmare.
and we'll talk about the Emmys later, but like Showtime gets a lot of love and awards and stuff from doing stuff like this. Like the Roger Ailes thing is nominated for an Emmy. Game Change won a bunch of stuff. Like they keep turning out this like very recent political content. And winning for it, but this one just is like this wound is so open right now, and this just seems like such poor timing.
This is one of those things where it's like, do this in, I don't know, 20 years from now,
or like we know what happened. Like there's no way you uncovered there's no way you uncovered new stuff. Even though you said you are.
But we do like...
You're just going to give
a
like
stuff
tape.
on Nixon and stuff now.
It's the same problem. I mean, it's additional because of what Bridgett was saying. Like, this wound is still wide open. We're facing what's going to be the most nightmarish election year in history. But it's the same problem I have with movies like Sully and like what was Patriots Day, where it's like they make a movie about a thing that was a huge news story 3 years ago. So we don't have any new context. We don't know what the historical context of this event is yet because we haven't waited enough time. So we're just doing like an unsolved mysteries reenactment of it, and it's a purely masturbatory exercise. It's like what the fuck is this?
It's
and just to make Comey look like a hero
too.
Yeah, exactly.
No, the Patriots Day, they like literally got complaints because they filmed the shoot-off scene in the neighborhood the actual shooting happened. And the people were like, hey, we don't actually want you firing guns here. That was kind of a problem for us.
Right, that was a traumatic thing for us.
Yeah, the thing you're reenacting happened to us like a year ago, you jackasses. Get out of here. Like, it's just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Right.
I get real, like...
Right, there are no heroes in this story either.
No,
so
and it's such an embarrassing thing that the left wing media is doing right now, where they're taking people like Comey and Robert Mueller and to a degree Anthony Fauci, and they're like making them into these huge heroes just because they were briefly kind of the adult in the room. And it's like, no, these are particularly with Comey and Bob Mueller, it's like these are not heroic people.
No. Again, they're like boring, middling guys who fucked up. And you're going to make a movie about that? A boring man who fucked up?
Yeah. Isn't he heroic for fucking up and doing the bare goddamn minimum?
Right.
It's like, no, he's not. No, he's not.
No, and I don't want to watch this again because it made me irate the first time. And the fact that you're trying to make a hero's journey out of this is worse.
Yeah.
It's the stuff with Bush now too, where people are like showing him speaking at a funeral and being like, "Look how he uses words respectively."
Right,
it's like that was a president. It's like, no, the bar is insanely low right now.
Yeah, we have fond memories of Bush just because he was like a human being.
Yeah, we're in the bottom of a well right now, like looking at the moss halfway up, being like, "That's some great moss."
Yeah,
it's just. We're desperate.
We're going to get... Showtime's going to keep turning these out, though. We're going to get a Mueller one.
Oh, hell yeah.
Very soon.
But
we're going to get one for just every scandal that has happened in this administration, which is too much to keep up with. And Showtime's going to keep winning, or getting nominated for Emmys because of them.
This is really a case. Like, the Patriots Day stuff, like, that's shitty. But narratively, like, okay... it tells a whole story, I guess.
Right.
But with Trump, it's like, guys, wait to find out the ending.
Right.
Because, like, this shit's like Game of Thrones. We don't know how it's going to end. Wait, like, 20 years and then tell the story in, like, the form of, I don't know, a puppet show in a bunker. Because I'm assuming movies won't exist at that point. But, like, just, like, fucking calm down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See how it plays out.
Yeah, let us breathe.
Yeah.
Don't just make the news a movie.
Yeah.
It's
exhausting.
I hate that.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're getting, is the
Right.
news a movie.
Just like this next trailer, Helstrom, clearly based on a true story.
Clearly.
Yeah.
This is
What is this?
It's a Marvel show. I think it's basically Hulu squeezing the last drops out of its Marvel TV contract.
Okay.
And Marvel's there's no Marvel banner at all. If you don't know Helstrom, you don't know this is a Marvel show.
Yeah, I don't. That's why I was like, I don't know what this is.
I didn't know
It looks fun.
until I scrolled down, because I was like, what is this? There's something happening here that I'm not aware of. I felt that, and then I
Right.
looked it up, and
It's kinda
realized
like-
it was a Marvel thing.
Yeah, it's sort of like Marvel's version of Constantine. I think is the
Oh.
best way to sum it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does this look good?
I'm not
I think it looks
opposed
fine.
to it. It looks.
I think it looked kind of cool.
Yeah, it looks kind of cool. it
Hulu
looks
can
kind of
make
creepy.
Hulu can make a show. They can make a show.
Yeah.
I've
it
been
kinda
really
seemed-
into the Castle Rock and like The Great was really good. Like I've been
Yeah, The Great
enjoying.
was awesome.
Yeah,
But yeah, this kind of seemed almost like a Hulu version of The Boys. Hulu/Marvel. Like, it looked and less fun than The Boys, but
right. It's definitely more dark and serious. I mean, well, it's The Boys is dark, but it's definitely more serious than The Boys is.
yeah. But it looked cool. It like had this creepy vibe that I kind of liked.
Yeah.
That, didn't feel silly to me. Like a lot of times when Marvel tries to do scary.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like a brother sister who are like, I don't know, occult investigators, I guess, and their mom's in a
Sure.
mental institution, and I don't know, there's demons and shit. It looks wild.
Yeah.
Right. Is it? Okay.
It gave me Marianne vibes a little bit. That Netflix show.
Oh, and their dad.
It's not at all
their
the
dad
same.
was a serial killer.
Yes,
their father
I was like, there's a serial killer element to this. I know it's in
yeah.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems fun.
Yeah, and Tom Austin, I think why I thought of The Boys is, I guess the lead guy, Tom Austin, looks a lot like Chance Crawford from The Boys.
He does, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was him, and I was like, oh, you're doing two of these, buddy?
I don't know if you guys watched any of the Comic-Con at Home panels, but I watched the Boys one, and it was like there's like a solid chunk of it where everybody's just dunking on Chance Crawford's character because he's such a wiener. If you watch the show,
But he plays it so good. He's so
he
good.
does, yeah.
And who thought? Because, as a young teenager, I was in love with him in Gossip Girl. And now
I was going to ask what he came from. Gossip Girl, okay.
Gossip Girl, yes. He was a hot teen in Gossip Girl.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, and now he's doing this, and I was shocked to see it. And like a little heartbroken when he turned out to be a weird
It's a weird
douchebag.
scumbag.
Yeah, a weird
on The
scummy guy in The
Boys.
Boys. But I'm happy for him.
Yeah. Oh my god, the scene where he tries to save the dolphin. Holy shit.
Oh my god, the dolphin is so good. Him
I should
talking about
watch
dolphin
this.
is great.
Yeah, because like the dolphin's like hitting on him. You need to watch The Boys.
Yeah, you do. Dave, you'll love it.
All right, I'll watch it.
There's this.
I'll watch it.
They showed a clip from the new season at their Comic-Con panel, and it's Chance Crawford as the Deep summoning a whale to cut off the boys because they're like on a speedboat. So Carl Urban just drives his boat through the whale. It's fucking
Did you
incredible.
say Carl Urban?
Yeah, Carl
Yeah.
Urban's on the show.
Well, fuck.
Yeah.
They could have just called it Carl Urban's on the show, and I would have watched it.
It's basically
All right.
Carl Urban is the leader of a group of guys who exist to police superheroes, basically, because superheroes are all kind of shitty in this universe.
Right.
Yeah,
That sounds fun.
It's good.
it's good.
All right, I'll watch it
And,
So, yeah, that's-
instead of Helstrom.
Helstrom might be
our
good.
review of the Helstrom trailer. Yeah, Helstrom might be good. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, we got one more trailer. This is a little ray of sunshine. This was a
Yeah.
bleak lineup. This is Truth Seekers.
Hey.
It is Nick Frost and Simon Pegg without Edgar Wright.
Yeah.
So like Paul, like
Yeah,
the
like Paul,
Paul,
yeah.
kind of, yeah. As like paranormal investigators, with Malcolm McDowell stuck in there as Nick Frost's
Yeah.
dad.
I know.
So that's, yeah, I'll watch this.
It looks fun.
Yeah, it looks like it reminds me of John Dies at the end a little bit.
It does have a bit of that vibe, yeah.
It doesn't. It's not like ripping it off, but like the vibe feels very
Yeah.
similar.
Right, like slacker ghost hunters, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah. No.
and the ghosts look kind of creepy. Like it also gives me Ghostbusters vibes
Yeah, no.
because the ghosts look legitimately creepy.
It looks like they're going to do their thing of like taking that genre, putting in their real, like the real elements of that genre where it looks creepy, or scary or what have you, and then still making
Yeah.
it funny. This was a delightful I didn't know they were doing another thing, and I'm very happy to see it.
I'm
Yeah.
excited it's a series.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's huge. What is it on?
It's
how can
Amazon,
we-
I believe, yeah.
Oh,
Coming
yes.
coming soon.
Yeah, next month. I
Coming
believe.
soon.
Yeah, next month.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is
It just
something to
said
look
soon.
forward to.
I think it's. I forget. I think we had the release date, but
Yeah.
I can't. It's going to be definitely sometime within the next month or two. I suspect, judging by the trailer, I suspect Simon Pegg is not in it that much.
Yeah, it didn't look like it seemed really like Nick Frost heavy.
Right, yeah, Nick Frost is clearly the main character, and Simon
Yeah.
Pegg looks like kind of like a professor that he consults with maybe sometimes. I don't know. I don't know.
I
We'll
can
see.
see that.
We'll see.
I bet Malcolm McDowell is in it more than we're expecting.
I think Malcolm McDowell's probably going to be in it more than Simon Pegg.
Yeah, well, he's what does he got going on?
Yeah.
Like he's Malcolm McDowell, and that's cool. But like you can get him on Cameo, man. Like he's bored.
Yeah.
So,
Get him in more. No, I think I don't know. You don't get Malcolm McDowell for 2 seconds.
No,
maybe
if you got Malcolm McDowell, you use the whole
Unless
McDowell.
you get a cameo. Unless you get a cameo.
Yeah, that's-
Then
Unless
you
you
get him
get
for 30
unless
seconds.
they filmed that on Cameo.
Yeah, that would be amazing if it was all cameo appearances.
That would be great.
Well, Nick Frost and Simon Pegg have writing credits on it.
Oh, interesting.
Simon Pegg is credited for 8 episodes.
Oh.
And there's only 8 episodes.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Okay,
So that's
speaking of Cameo, just had a brain blast. Do you guys want to write a movie and just give famous actors lines and pay for it on Cameo?
Yes.
yeah. And by is
Absolutely.
Brain Blast what you call cocaine from New Hampshire?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's also a Jimmy Neutron reference.
Oh. I was saying that I wanted to be like, if I was rich, I would have all my reminders done by like Michael Rappaport. Like I would just do every reminder of the day I do a cameo of like my grocery list would just be Malcolm McDowell telling me
Right, like
what
I
to
would
pick up.
use the audio from a Cameo to just be
Yeah.
the alarm sound on my phone.
Yeah.
Look, if
So that
we
it's-
enter a Black Mirror universe where you can, whatever you're conscious or inner monologue, you can like choose what that sounds like. Immediately, my inner voice is going to be Werner Herzog.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
Is he on Cameo?
Oh,
Doesn't matter how much that would cost.
I
He
hope
would make
so.
that
Yeah,
money.
Yeah.
I will
It's
spend
time
all
for
my
you to
money.
get out of bed and face the inevitable abyss of the world.
That's all I want.
Oh. That's it for trailers. So we can talk about news stories now. But first, we have some more producers.
Indeed.
Producers like Wavy Rancheros. Thank you, Wavy. Thank you to Dr. Kitty MD. You're good kitty.
Aw.
Mr. DNA. Thank you. Lauren Gucci, thank you very much. Also, thank you to Bootler Boodleson.
Woohoo!
Thank you. Thank you to Grumblebee. Thank you to Tux. Thank you to Welsowski. These are all fucking aces in my
These are all
book.
powerful names, yeah.
Yeah. You go, Tom.
Okay. Thank you to Shepard Mulch Diggums.
Thank you, Mulch.
Norm from Cheers. Thank you to Norm from
Thank you,
Cheers. Thanks to Davey Francis.
Thank you, David.
Thank you to Space McNulty.
McNulty, thank you.
Thank you to Captain Fat Strong.
Fat
Thank
Strong.
you for your service and for your fat strength.
Yep.
Thank you to Hiram. Thank you to
Hiram.
Oh Great, It's That Guy. Bridget, why don't you grab the last few here?
I got it from here. Thank you to Lef, Bob Grenville, Nolan Madden.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joshua
Ooh.
Graves. And thank you, Normal Man, Andrew McGuire.
Fun fact, everyone. It's pronounced Nolan Mayton.
Mayton.
I found that out. Well, it's been a source of contention. It's been we've talked about it for a while.
Mm-hmm.
He's never corrected us, and he finally messaged and was like, "It's Mayton."
Oh.
I was like, thanks."
Nolan.
We
your
will
last
continue
name's
to
Maiden,
pronounce it.
and that's great.
Look, we'll continue to pronounce it however way we
Yeah, I mean,
see
we
fit.
do
We'll do
whatever,
what we want.
whatever we want here, but yeah.
Yeah. But thank you to everybody. So there's not too much news. There was this deal between AMC and Universal where they're shortening the number of days before theatrical films can go to digital, which, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it seems
This
like
was,
the move for now.
At least for now, but this whole thing is going to be pretty hard for the entertainment industry going forward. We're probably going to lose a few theater chains.
Yeah.
But this, like, it's specifically, it's a 17-day window,
Yeah.
which is going to mean if this becomes the model, or if the model becomes a version of this, that means only the biggest movies will be able to afford theatrical runs.
Yes.
We've been heading this way for a really long time, though.
We have been.
Yeah,
we have
this is what Spielberg told us about, you know?
Yeah.
It's going to be $20
Yeah.
Only the big
Fucking,
movies will be in theaters going forward.
That's been
Yeah.
pretty obvious as, like, you keep seeing more and more indie movies just head straight to digital release. You don't, unless they're, like, Oscar nominated, you're not going to get an indie movie in theaters.
Well,
and
that's
been true
interesting.
for the past 5 years.
That's also interesting because Oscars and
right,
Golden
you need
Globes
a theatrical release.
but they're bending the rules for that this year, so that might in fact change.
Yeah. That's,
They're,
I mean, they're going to,
they're allowing streaming content, and they're going to have to. Yeah, honestly.
yeah, they're going to have,
This was all inevitable. It's just coronavirus sped it up.
right,
Yeah.
especially because, honestly, right now, if you have a movie, just release it on VOD. I know it sucks. I know that's not what you want to do, Christopher Nolan, but...
There's no fucking way they're dumping a $200 million movie on VOD.
No, I get it with Nolan. Did you see also there's going to be a Dune trailer on the re-release of Inception that's coming out, like theatrical re-release, and it's very funny because I know what that was supposed to go in front of, you know?
Right.
Where it's like, oh, Nolan didn't get, Tenet.
Did we talk about this yet? The related
Tenet?
news story that Tenet is being released
2021?
internationally.
Yeah, and
I
internationally.
don't know if we ever got to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But then, like, Dune is an example of, like, that I want to see that in the theater. I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I think it's that theaters aren't gonna die, just in America. They're gonna die.
I think
because
yeah.
our box office has mattered less and less, and we're so irrelevant
Right.
that now that we can't get our shit together, they're like, okay, well, forget you.
Well,
Right.
it's been trending that way for a while, even before the world collapsed.
Yeah, absolutely. You look at
It's been
the box
going-
office of any major blockbuster, more than 50% of it is international.
Yeah.
yeah, and
Well,
that's
because
what
there's also like
yeah.
taxes and shit that don't apply.
studios have been banking on that, and also I think even before the pandemic, it's been trending that way of like going to the movies. It's not like a casual thing people do anymore. It's an event now.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not going to the movies and just like seeing what's playing and choosing anything. So
What's going to really start fucking us is that China is just having its own film industry,
Yeah.
which good for them. But like, yeah, they're going to be like, it's fine, Hollywood, we're good over here.
yeah,
Oh, you got a new Marvel thing? That's fine.
yeah. It's just
Whatever.
like the economy of what this is gonna. I'm not worried about blockbusters. They'll always find their audience, you know. But
Yeah.
the economy of what it's going to do to smaller independent movies.
Yeah, and independent theaters.
Yeah.
It really bums
that,
me
that
out.
bums me out too.
That
like
bums
the
me
It's
out.
another. It's another one of those things. Is that I had like an independent video store near where I grew
Same.
up, and it had an amazing collection, which eventually. Spoilers for how this story ends. Got donated to the local library, so you can get all the same stuff at the local
Right.
library. So that
I think
was cool.
that's true
But, like,
everywhere.
yeah, when the blockbusters started to go, it was like, so fucking what? But I knew, eventually
Right.
this place is going to go too. And it's just, it's how things are going. So it's the same where it's like these big theater chains are going, and it's like, yeah, eventually the indie ones are going to have to
Right.
go too.
I really
and
hope
that
and
sucks.
wonder. I mean, Shudder is kind of this, where it's a very niche streaming service. But if like there will be a kind of like, I don't know, companies like Neon and A24 and those kind of indie outlets pull together and make their own streaming service for indie.
to just do
That would be cool.
their own distribution that way. That's not a
Do
bad
their-
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
they would
wonder
have
if
to
that's-
keep they'd have to keep budgets so low on their movies.
Yeah. I mean, they already
It's- yeah.
do,
They already
but then
do,
you bring
but-
back something like the $8 million movie, which, we had a lot of good ones of
Yeah,
those in the
it's
early
not gonna-
2000s.
It's not going to bring back the pleasure of an indie theater of eating
No.
weird popcorn and like wine,
Yeah.
drinking wine, and,
like-
having like a
and
boomer
sitting
couple
And a
behind you.
Toblerone.
fucking
Yeah.
spine destroying seats.
Right, in what used to be a porn theater,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
with like, yeah, it's just I love it. I love it.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's sad that those, tangible spaces are going away. But if the industry and the content of it all is going to survive, like it kind of needs to find this new life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, indie was streaming's supposed to be a great thing for indie, and it was at first, and then it became.
Right. You get these
the
monster
problem-
releases.
Yep, and you get companies like Amazon, Netflix being like, "Well, we'll just make our own movies."
Right, and you get
and then
and
suddenly
you
you're
get
back
Disney
to square
Plus saying,
one,
like,
where you're like, "Oh,
right.
great."
And also you get things like Disney Plus saying this, or Marvel, buying out, or one company saying they're going to buy all of Marvel content and
Right.
stuff. So I think like the only way for those those smaller movies not to get buried is to find, their own niche little
yeah,
area to
some
exist.
pretentious little streaming service. I would love it.
Yeah, because that's honestly
Yeah.
when I go on Netflix and when I like try to find a movie on streaming, I always try to find something like weird and small that is kind of off the beaten track. That's what I like
Yeah.
those services for.
And they're there. You just have to seek them out a little bit.
Right.
They're not front and
Right,
center.
because
as
every
much.
single one of these services has a garbage UI.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes, every single
Oh
one.
my God, yes.
Every single one.
Yeah.
I watched the live action Eon Flux because I'm a sad person, but like it now Amazon's like, hey, Eon Flux, live action Eon Flux fan, you love live action Eon Flux. Here's a bunch of garbage for you.
Yeah.
You piece of shit. You love live action
You
Eon Flux.
fucking
And it was
trash
like, I watched
bag.
It.
You like
want
garbage?
walking
Here's your
on
garbage
can.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fill your soul with more bullshit, you
Eat it
fucking
up.
piece
Yeah,
of
you love it.
trash.
Yeah, no, it's impossible to find because like I will constantly like seek out smaller, strange movies, which is a hit or miss. But even
Yeah.
like it doesn't. I don't know. I think the algorithm almost. It's a little conspiratorial, but the algorithm almost has been bought out because no matter how much I do that, I still have to
Oh,
search
yeah.
for hours.
It's not.
to,
It's not. I don't think it's conspiratorial at all. We literally just had
Yeah.
antitrust hearings this week,
right. Yeah. Yeah.
and they're talking about how they use the algorithm to suppress certain
Right.
things and promote their own content, et cetera, et cetera.
Right. So yeah, as much as I watch like something like a movie I just watched, Buffaloed on Amazon Prime with Zoe, which was an awesome little funny indie movie with Zoe Deutsch. I watch stuff like that all the time. It never promotes that. It will still continue to promote either their shows that they made or movies that they made or big blockbusters that they just got.
Yeah, No, I mentioned Host earlier in the show.
Yeah.
I had to like dive into Shudder and find that. Like it wasn't featured on like here's the featured Shudder movies or anything like that.
It's fucking wild.
Yeah.
Let's quickly look at the Emmy nominations. Is this anything? I know what's it called? Swept. The Watchmen.
Yeah. Glad to see that.
Yeah.
And
there's I don't know. Like I have I'm a possessor of hot takes on Watchmen.
I never finished it. I've taken myself out of it.
Yeah,
I guess. I didn't like it, so I stopped watching it, and that's democracy.
Sure, yeah, that's how it's meant to work.
The television movie nominations are very strange to me. You have American Son, Bad Education, Dolly Parton's Heartstrings, and then the Breaking Bad movie and the interactive Kimmy Schmidt special.
Did Deadwood movie not qualify this year?
I think maybe that was
that
last
or did
year.
make it.
Okay,
but that's
a weird.
It's just a weird list.
There's got to be others, right? Like there's got to be better ones than El Camino. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the Dolly Parton. Yeah, what's going on here?
Yeah, it's just very weird. Like the Breaking Bad movie made it, and also
yeah.
I mean, a problematic favorite for me is Kimmy Schmidt. And I don't know why it's nominated.
Right.
It was very weird.
Yeah, I never saw it. Yeah, Variety sketch series. There's only three.
Yeah,
three?
That's also very strange.
Isn't like
we did
I
more.
think You Should Leave happen? And like, yeah, what is going on here, Emmys? What is this?
Yeah, but
I see Succession is all over this. Kieran Culkin
Sure.
nominated.
Succession.
Yeah.
The category of supporting actress in a drama is stacked, though.
What do we got here? Oh, I'm looking at comedy.
Oh man, we got Helena Bonham Carter, Laura Dern, Julia Garner, Thandie Newton, Sarah Snook, Fiona Shaw, Meryl Streep, Samira Wiley. Jesus.
Wow,
yeah,
that's
category
that's
is
tough.
Great.
That's a toughie.
I feel like that's
Handmaid's
always
Tale
supporting actress is always a category to look out for.
What was another one I saw here? Oh yeah, I think Best Drama has fucking Stranger Things in it.
Yeah, why?
It was like, I guess
there are two shows we keep giving awards to, and it's I guess Stranger Things and Marvelous Miss Maisel, which is a show.
Yeah, I've heard good things about Miss Maisel.
I watched that show. I like it. Should it continually win and be nominated for Emmys? I don't know.
I don't know.
It's very like
for best limited series.
It's a show I like, and I know a lot of people like it, and I feel like it's a cute show, and it feels for me like being about a Jewish family. Like there's a lot of stuff where I'm like, hey, that's me, but I don't think it's. We have a lot of good TV, and I'm not sure why it continually gets nominated for Emmys.
I don't know. Doesn't it have singing in it? Is there singing in that one?
There's no singing in it.
Oh, so I'm thinking of a totally different show.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been told I should watch it. Limited series got Unbelievable in there.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for Unbelievable, but I think Watchmen will probably get it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised Unbelievable didn't get more acting noms.
Right. It's just Toni Collette. Like, why no?
It's just who is great. Yeah. Why not Merritt Weaver and why not Caitlin Dever?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Caitlin Dever does incredible work in that.
She's great in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that
there's some weird snubs.
Yeah, there's some weird snubs. There's some weird inclusions, like in the.
Yeah, Little Fires Everywhere was hot garbage.
And in
I might have been the only one to watch it, but it was bad.
I didn't watch it, but I'm looking at supporting actor.
Yeah, it was a soap opera.
Oh man,
it was very weird.
For supporting actor, limited series or movie, they have Dylan McDermott for Hollywood. Okay, he's pretty enjoyable in Hollywood, and then also Jim Parsons in Hollywood, which I guess he was pretty good in it. But like Hollywood doesn't seem like it should be getting awards.
No, I can't sit through a Ryan Murphy show. There's something about it, like every single one of them annoys me. Like at the halfway limit I reach my peak of like, I'm just annoyed by everybody in this show.
Hollywood was like weirdly
I mean,
positive for a Ryan Murphy show.
And weirdly positive for its content.
Correct. For what it was about. For what it was.
For for about the seedy side of a nefarious industry.
Right, and it's, I don't know, I reviewed it for Collider. I gave it a good review, but I did talk about how it has a weird approach to transactional sex because it simultaneously paints it as being bad and also good.
Yeah, well, there's a weird veneer, I think, with Ryan Murphy stuff where everything has that, like, shiny, gilded surface.
Mm-hmm.
And that, like, The Politician, I think, is the same way, where it has that, like, it looks good and it looks happy, and everyone's talking like they're happy, but it's, you know, there's darkness to it, but I don't think he has, there's no, like, grit to it to actually explore that darkness.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it's fun. But then you're like, all right, I always get frustrated because I feel like, okay, when are we getting to the heart of this thing?
Right. It feels like it would have been better if his story about the seedy underbelly of Hollywood in that time wasn't a revisionist history and was actually like a really honest, like unblinking look at how like terrible it was.
Right. Or made some sort of point about it instead of just shown us it.
Right, instead of just being like, wouldn't it have been nice if this happened? I'm like, yeah, it would have been nice, but it didn't happen.
It didn't. Yeah, like, the point of a revisionist history is to, like, show us a different viewpoint.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, you're showing it to us, but you're not making a statement about it.
Yeah, not really. There's a bit of a statement there, but I don't know. I don't want to talk about Hollywood anymore.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Sure.
That's fair. And Zendaya.
I haven't seen it, but it sounds similar to the Tarantino.
A little bit. He's saying more than Tarantino is, because Tarantino is literally just saying, wouldn't this have been nice?
Yeah, Tarantino is like, wouldn't this be cool? Ryan Murphy at least accepts.
Right. Ryan Murphy's
problems.
Pointing out, like, this is what needs to... you could make huge change with just a few people in the right positions willing to give people opportunities, is basically what Hollywood's saying. And that's definitely...
He's
very basic message.
He still points out a problem.
Right. It's a very basic message, but it's definitely more than Tarantino had to say.
Yeah.
Sure.
But, I mean, we all saw it coming, but Zendaya got nominated for Euphoria, which she was great at.
I need to watch it.
And I think deserves that.
I need to watch it,
I haven't seen that yet.
She's a great actress, and she gets to flex a little bit in Euphoria,
I'm embarrassed to say I didn't know who she was before Spider-Man.
No, that's fair. I don't think... I think that's the majority opinion.
But she's really good in Spider-Man. So.
She is really... Yeah.
She is.
Like, I like, especially in Spider-Man, the fact that she can be, like... She's playing dark and moody authentically and not in the, like, teen emo way. But is still very charming doing it.
Exactly, yeah.
Speaks to her a lot, and that she gets to, flex some dramatic acting muscle.
Yeah.
In Euphoria.
I need to watch that.
She got range. She's got a lot of range. I mean, it's all dark and moody and kind of emo, but she can do a lot within that space.
Sure.
She's in that emo range.
People, listen, we live in a world where a man won an Oscar for playing a clown villain 2 times.
That's true.
This is true.
So, two different
men. That's. I think the weirdest part is that it's two different people.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's weirder.
Yeah.
It would actually be weirder if it was the same person.
Well, especially if it was Heath Ledger twice because he's dead. So it's like, how the fuck did he do that?
He did it again.
It's haunting us.
It's so weird that we...
I saw Jason Bateman got a nom for guest actor in The Outsider. I really liked The Outsider.
Okay. I like The Outsider too. I also like Jason Bateman in that because it's like, he totally looks like a child killer to me.
Yeah.
Like Jason Bateman,
he's
got that child killer vibe.
When they had him as a child killer, I was like, it was an epiphany moment of like, why haven't we been casting him as that?
Right.
Well,
he's totally a child killer.
Definitely could do that.
It's good because it also plays on a little bit on the meta because, you look at Jason Bateman, you're like, oh yeah, Arrested Development, sure. Like, so you have like a lot of audiences have like an initial good feeling toward him, so it helps in the initial mystery. It's like, is he a child killer?
Right.
Like, would Jason Bateman do this? But he's
Right.
like, he's also played shitty and sinister characters before too, so it's like, well, he might be.
It was also
Yes.
directed by him, so I like to think in the casting process he was like, who's sort of like a child killer? And then he looked in the mirror and he was like,
Well, I know.
oh, it's me.
To risk spoilers for The Outsider, we did an interview with him, and he specifically answered why he picked that part, and it's because the part is brief. Because he was working, he was working on Ozark at the same time.
Yeah, because he's working behind the scenes.
So it's like,
Yeah.
well, I can't be in an
that makes
entire
sense.
other series,
still.
but
He reeks of child killer is the point,
Yep.
and he knows it about himself, and he used it for good in this
Yeah.
world. And I praise him.
Yeah, I'm looking.
It's Joel Edgerton making The Gift, which also has Jason Bateman in it. But when he was like, "I look like a maniac,"
right, he
I
plays.
should make a
he plays
movie about that,
Yeah,
about how
he's-
I'm
he
a
plays
maniac.
a real creep.
He's pretty
Yeah.
good. Bateman's pretty good at being a bad guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's also a shitty
Yeah.
person in The Gift. Yeah, he's a great shitty guy.
Yeah.
He's terrific.
Reality. I can't believe The Masked Singer is nominated for an Emmy.
I mean, I covered it. I've covered.
I know,
I've
yeah.
covered. I think 2
You
seasons.
sure did.
No, wait. I covered last season,
Have
and
you
I
learned
covered like
anything?
this. Wait, no, I have covered 2 seasons. Not in there
Yeah.
entirely.
Have you learned anything?
I understand why it's popular.
Sure.
Because
I just, this is a secret I'm letting out, I think. I'm a big Survivor fan,
sure,
and they
Sure.
had a massive 40th season where they brought all their winners back, and it was like a pretty monumental reality
It
show.
was a big time for you. Yeah.
And that not being nominated was a little surprising to me.
they even brought back Richard Hatch.
He wouldn't do it.
I was about to say
They did not bring
he
back.
got fucking busted by the FBI.
Yes.
I have a.
There are a
I have
couple
question.
winners that got in legal trouble. None of them got invited back.
I have a question, and I don't want to derail this. What is Survivor? I've never watched an episode.
Oh man, it's so good. So they drop. I mean, it varies, but about 18 strangers on an island. Divide them into tribes. Again, that varies. It could be 2 different tribes. It could be 3 different tribes. But they compete in different competitions. Live on this island with nothing. Like make their own little society. Compete in competitions. And then the losing team has to vote a member of their tribe out until we reach a point where it is, around like the 10 people left mark, where it's every person from themselves. And then after every competition, one person wins immunity. The rest have to figure out who they're voting out until there's a final 3, and everybody who has been voted out votes to who is the winner, if that makes sense. Votes for a winner.
Wouldn't they all wait? What's the last vote?
So the last vote, it gets
Who's
down
voting?
to 3
Who's
people.
voting for the winner? Yeah.
And the people on the jury, who are the people who've been previously voted out, vote between
Got
those
it.
3 people to win over who is the winner out of the
Got it.
final 3 to win $1 million. In this case, $2 million. Yeah.
That sounds fun.
It's a good show. It's been running for 40 years or for 40 seasons, not years.
I think they do 2 seasons
Yeah.
a year, right? Because it started in
Yeah,
2000.
they do. So, yeah.
I remember that first season because one of the actually it was like one of the final 3. Rudy was from my hometown, so it was like it became a huge event when he was getting down into like the finals. They would have like at like local bars and stuff. They'd have Survivor viewing parties because we were all rooting for Rudy just because he was from our hometown.
Yeah.
He did
Rudy
not,
win?
no.
He did not, but he is a beloved
Fuck.
character on that show. He, I think, died earlier this year.
Probably he was old.
Jesus.
Or
He
last
was
year.
old when the show
Yeah,
aired.
he was old.
So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
But
Survivor.
anyway, watch
dude.
Survivor. It's on Hulu. We got nothing else
All
to
right,
do.
everybody check out
Well, that's also where we
Survivor.
got Elizabeth Hasselbeck from.
It is where we got Elizabeth Hasselbeck from.
Yeah,
So, points against
yeah.
that.
Grain
But
of
also
salt.
Jeff Probst.
Sure, Jeff Probst is fine.
He's a good host. has not aged.
That's who.
Yeah, he looks pretty good. Yeah.
Good for
Jeff
him.
Probst.
Anyway, Survivor plug. It's all on Hulu.
Sure.
You got nothing to do. Fall in a hole.
That's their motto. Fall into our Hulu
Yep.
hole. Yeah. Let's name some
Yeah,
more
let's do
producers.
that. Let's do
Ooh.
that thing.
Like Ozzy. I want to thank Ozzy. I want to thank Tom Quasi Dangerous Levels of Hype.
Got to work on those
Thank
hype
you.
levels. I want them to get to dangerous levels. I want to
Let's
endanger
get
you with
like
hype.
horribly dangerous, explosive levels.
Fucking radioactive
AJ, thank
levels
you.
of hype.
Yeah. Gotta thank AJ, short and sweet. Speaking of sweet, also I want to thank Sweet Meat. You fucking monster. Thank you. Thank you to Tip Drizzle, also a monster. These are all monsters. Every single one of them. Frankly Amish, thank you. Thank you to Mrs. Voidus. Let's do Tom.
All right.
now.
Thanks to the ghost of Dave Thomas, still haunting us
Thank
with his
you.
Frosties.
Yep.
Thank you to Aaron Burser. Thank
Thank
you to
you,
David
Aaron Burr.
Knife Boot Hinson, MBA, CPA.
Nice boot.
Thanks to Christopher Robert Sparts, Esquire, Topher Bobby, our lawyer,
Thank
who will
you.
eventually
Bobby.
have to bail us out of jail. Bridgett, why don't you grab the last three here?
I can do that. Thank you, Mackenzie, Righteous Hand of the Lizard People. Chill. Thank you for defending
Thank you.
the Lizard People. Thank you to Funky J. And
Funky J.
thank you to Pie Guy.
Oh, thanks, Pie
Thank
Guy.
you, Pie
Thanks, Darren
Guy.
Aronofsky.
Always a pleasure. Yeah.
Oh man, Dave,
Whew.
Dave,
We did it.
Dave.
What?
We've
We did
reached
it.
the point of the evening, Dave, where
What?
I need to ask you. Well, no,
We
but
did
there's one more thing. There's one more task left undone, Dave.
What more could the people
fuck.
possibly want?
Well, they want. I got to tell you, they
Fuck.
want more hype. So I have to ask, Dave: is there a movie that deserves more hype?
Yeah, I
Oh,
guess
good.
there is.
I thought there might be.
Yeah, this is a movie called Spree. It's I'm curious about it for one reason and one reason alone. This is coming out August 14th. This has been on my radar for a little bit. It's about a rideshare driver played by what's his
Joe
name?
Keery.
Joe Keery. Joe Keery, who played Steve from
Yes.
Stranger Things. And he's trying to like hit it big on the social medias, and he starts murdering people on camera in his car, until he crosses paths with a stand-up comedian, which is the funniest person like occupation for this
Yeah.
plot. I feel like
Yeah.
someone who clearly would take a lot of ride shares and stuff, who starts like fighting back. This was like people liked it at the Sundance Film Festival. I think it was shot real fast and loose because it's supposed to all be on social media.
As I understand it, the whole thing is framed as live streams.
Yes,
Ooh,
I think
one
so.
of those.
Yeah.
There's been other movies like this.
Yeah.
It's not breaking any new grounds with the observation about social media.
There's
and
a
trying to
movie
get
that
likes.
came out about 20 odd years ago called 15 Minutes with Robert De Niro
Yeah.
and fucking Edward Burns. That was the same premise.
I guess, yeah, I really want to see this because of Joe Keery, which I'm curious to see how he plays a maniac.
Yeah.
He gave me kind of American Psycho vibes
Yeah.
in this
He
trailer.
looks like a real creep.
He looks. His
Yeah,
performance
and-
looks great in this trailer.
Yeah.
He does, and like you ever get the realization because you think of someone like Christian Bale, who is a good actor. He's kind of funny after Batman and stuff like that. But like he and like the Chaney stuff, but he is a good actor. He's done good things, and he started out in Newsies, and so like I always think about or like Leonardo DiCaprio,
Right.
where it's like these Stranger Things kids. I'm like, which one of them is going to become like a real actor? And so now I'm seeing what Steve's got. Like
Yeah.
he's good in Stranger Things.
He looks like a YouTube creep in this movie and like definitely gives me
He really
those
does.
vibes. He plays that part seemingly from this trailer really, really well.
Yeah.
So it looked cool.
I'm into this movie.
I got excited. I got hyped.
Yeah, I am hyped for this movie.
Yeah.
I love that
I'm pretty hyped for it.
approaching it with like such earnest enthusiasm. Like,
yes, it's like very innocent.
Right. He's almost like a naive murderer. Like he's like very excited about getting his social media brand up, and he's doing it by killing people.
Like he doesn't understand.
No,
what he's doing
he
wrong.
is that like prank guy who doesn't realize he's taking it way, way, way too far. It feels really authentic. And Shazir gonna try that again. Shazir Zameda is great and deserved to do more on SNL. And I'm excited that she's gonna be in this as our stand-up hero. Oh boy.
Yeah.
We're gonna create stand-up comedian heroes, which not a great thing.
No, but like at least I don't know. At least it's not like fucking I don't know. I'm blanking on his name, so never mind.
No, she.
Can you guess? Oh, sorry.
She seems like the right character to intervene in this madman's plan.
Right. It's I like
she
that
seems
it's
perfect.
like an Issa Rae type. You know, sort of somebody, a comedian who forged a huge social media following before she broke into the quote unquote mainstream.
Exactly.
Also, I'm reading about this. You know what Curie did for research?
Yeah, he did
it's pretty
rideshare.
obvious.
Watched a bunch of influencers.
Yeah, it's the second one. Although I bet he did rideshare as well. Yeah, he looked specifically at Logan Paul.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
yeah. And then a little ninja as well.
Yeah, that's the right
and
person.
It's like, that checks out.
Logan Paul famously filmed a dead guy.
Yeah.
Wait, was that Logan or Jake?
Did.
It was one of them. Anyway.
No, it was Logan. Who I think I saw at... I went to the Streamies, and I think he was
fucking
there.
Kick me in the neck, and I wouldn't recognize him. Like I know generally what he looks like, but I couldn't pick him out.
He's just
a
blonde douche. He has blonde flippy hair.
I hate to sound old, but going to the Streamies, like everybody looked like Logan Paul, as far as I'm concerned. You know, I was just like, this is all a bunch of Logan Pauls,
right?
Generic handsome guy.
That brand, that brand of person is what like CW teens used to be.
Mm-hmm. This.
Sorry,
it's the perfect brand for like. Well, it's just the perfect brand for murdering people.
Yeah.
It's that's why again American Psycho vibes, because American Psycho was playing off of a very specific type of person,
right?
That existed.
Yeah, who is like,
and this is like
prone, or would be like on the cusp of a murderer, and.
Yeah.
I mean,
Patrick
Bill
Bateman,
Burr is who I was thinking of. Bill Burr.
He would be...
Like it's good that it's not... Like his foil is not like a white male comedian.
Yeah.
Yes. But like the Patrick Batemans of today is like the influencers, the rich influencers.
Yeah, they have that same kind of
the Bitcoin
psychopathy.
Bros. Like,
well, and there's even that
really
element
fits.
in American Psycho of what you were talking about, Dave, where it's like nobody can recognize each other. Because they all look the same.
Yeah.
Right.
They all look the same, and it's like they're like what makes them tick, what makes them evil is kind of an occupational hazard as well for them.
Right. To be this level of success, like to be a Logan Paul or like a Shane Dawson, like I got Shane Dawson vibes off of him in this. You have to be a certain level of sociopath.
Exactly. Yeah. And same thing with the big money Wall Street guy in American Psycho. You have to have, some sort of sick detachment.
Exactly, yeah.
Right. This is one of those cases where, like, they really needed to cast, like, a young white
100%.
dude. Because it's just like, oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Because I was thinking there's a movie called Like Me, which I still haven't seen, that's about a similar thing. But it's like a teenage girl, which is fine. But it's like, I don't think that packs as big of a punch about what they're trying to say, unless it's like one of these people who we all kind of know.
No, it's great
on social media.
Joe Keery has like adopted the look of a guy who would fall into like an 8chan message board.
Yes.
And
I suspect,
perfect.
like, he's got like a Bieber cut in this, and I suspect it's because he can't cut his hair because of like his hair for his hair on Stranger Things has become a meme. So like, I suspect he can't cut his hair shorter, so he had to like style it in a different way. So he's got like a
flat.
He's got like a Bieber swoop in this.
Right.
Yeah.
That's so unfortunate for him as an actor because that's such a specific hair style.
Right.
Hair helmet.
He's killing it though with Steve. Like even like people weren't as keen on like the later seasons, but Steve is
he's consistently one of the best
delight.
characters. Yeah. He's had like one of the most interesting arcs of the characters.
Well, his arc is like becoming like a cool slacker. Like I love it.
Yeah. From bully to cool slacker. From doesn't
like
care.
jock bully to like working at a video store, being a cool slacker, and it's like,
it's like
I love
it's
it.
like realizing that his high school popularity didn't matter, and that it's like
mean anything,
and like
it
being
didn't matter.
and kind of being okay with it. Like I don't know, like he's
and being a little lost, but like
no, he seems like he picks good roles for himself. I mean, we've only seen him or are going to see him in 2 things so far, but he seems to understand his lane and do it very well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he does. So I'm excited for him to play Batman in 10 years.
Exactly. Yeah.
I have high hopes
for when he gains 60 pounds and plays Dick Cheney.
It'll be Trump at that point. He'll be playing Trump.
I mean, he could play Mike Pence in a couple. If Stranger Things lets him go, he has the head of hair.
Look, we just talked about how this isn't appropriate, but I will accept him playing Mike Pence tomorrow. I don't give a shit.
I'm ready for it.
Fuck it. Yeah. Yep. Give me it. Yep. Why not?
Oh, man. I think we did it. I think we're done.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I think we're done, guys.
What an episode.
What an episode.
Bridgett, thank you
thanks
so
much
much
for doing the show. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, Mike.
Yeah.
Where can we find you?
You can find me.
What are you up to? Where can we? New Hampshire or
in
Vermont? We can find you in Vermont.
Don't come here and don't share my location.
Okay.
But I'm I have internet access out here. You can find me on Twitter at Bridgett Tweets. We're still podcasting over at Small Beans. You know them. I have 2 podcasts on there. One is Cast and the Curious, and the other one is Rough Stuff. And new episodes are still coming out. So check those out.
I gotta do that.
They're both
you
very
gotta do
pleasant.
that, Tom. You gotta do that thing.
I'm enjoying your journey through Fast and Furious.
Oh, it's fun.
What are you gonna do when they're all over? Are you gonna do Hobbs and Shaw? First question.
I think we are going to do Hobbs and Shaw. It's very funny because we planned this to come out with the release of Fast 9.
Oh, no.
And that kind of got blown up.
You could imagine your own Fast 9.
Exactly. So, I think we'll do a deep dive. We'll probably get into Hobbs and Shaw. We'll probably get into the lost Fast and Furious movies at some point. I don't want to make too many promises, but...
You should do all of Vin Diesel's filmography.
Oh.
Yes.
Some of that is painful.
Some of it.
And then others are The Last Witch Hunter, which is incredible.
Yeah. Which is incredible.
Highs and lows.
Yeah, real peaks and valleys with Vin Diesel.
But it's mostly when he left the Fast franchise he was punished for it.
All right, here's my pitch. Mm-hmm. Just a podcast about the Vin Diesel movie Find Me Guilty, where you watch it over and over again and you talk about it over and over again.
Oh, I think the next one is probably just his part in Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
Okay.
A whole podcast
where he tries to get he's shot through the chest trying to give his letter to Adam Goldberg.
Yep. There's a deep dive into that.
Oh my
scene.
gosh.
There's a podcast about everything, but there's not one about that yet. So got to hit that market
first. Yeah.
Dave,
tell them about what we got going on.
Yeah.
All right. We have a Patreon. Patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. We have exclusive podcasts there, like Tom and Jeff Watch Batman and Fox Mulder is a Maniac. There's also tiers where you can produce your own podcasts, make us watch whatever you want. We just watched. What did we just
Bernard
watch?
and the Genie.
Bernard and the Genie.
Fucking.
So
a
that iconic
66-minute made-for-BBC film from 1991.
Ooh.
So literally,
Yeah.
the
With
only
Mr.
limit
Bean in
is
it.
your own imagination.
Yeah. You sickos. All right.
Yeah,
so that's
we also
it.
got a
Check
store,
it out.
tpublic.com/store/gamefully unemployed, where you can get t-shirts, mugs, stickers, posters, masks, all basically anything you want in the TeePublic store with our shit stamped across it, and then if it can become yours.
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's an irresistible offer, I have to say.
Pretty cool.
We are an irresistible offer. All of
True.
us.
Indeed, yeah. All right, well, say goodbye, everyone. Bye.
Goodbye.
Our music is produced by Chris Corlew. You can follow him on Twitter at @thecorlew, CORLEW, and find more music at shipwreckedsailor.bandcamp.com. Our artwork is produced by Justin Brown. You can follow him on Twitter at @JustinTBrown, and find more of his artwork at artnessbyjustinbrown.com and justinbrown.info.